want to talk Gareth Bale, Paul Pogba. What's your take on Gareth Bale first and foremost? Because we know, you're a massive fan of him. He's got the World Cup coming up next season, so he needs to be fit. He needs to be playing. Where does he go? He's been linked to Cardiff. Do you really believe that that's a good move for him?
Well, I've watched him play for Wales nearly every game he's played, and I'm fortunate enough I was his coach for a couple of years. Well, I sort of stood at the side of the training ground and watched him. I didn't really have to coach him much, but I know him as a lad, nice lad. Mm-hmm. So I'm a bit biased. I'm thinking, and I'm Welsh and I want him to do well, but I don't think... I'm torn in half, Jamie. Half of me says I'd like the Welsh fans and all the Welsh kids who want to play football, girls and boys, to be able to watch Gareth Bale play in Cardiff every fortnight, and before he's too old and he can't play, just to say they witness, because he is the greatest ever Welsh player for me. He is the best player we've ever had, and if you've seen him play, you're lucky, because in years to come you'll go, remember Gareth Bale? I've seen him play live. Yeah. So part of me saying that, and it's good for Cardiff, good for Welsh football. The other part of me thinks he should be playing at the highest level. He could get in probably nearly every team in the Premier League. He'd get in the team, and he should carry on. He's 32. He should carry on and play at the highest level. I actually think a perfect move for him would be Newcastle. They've got something going at Newcastle. Mm-hmm. The place is buzzing.
Would he be a success there? I mean, look, they can pay his wages. We know that. But would they want him?
Well, he's
is he
good
the
enough.
type of player that they would want? Some of his performances at Spurs were a little, disappointing, to say the least.
Not when he got fit, Jamie.
But,
when he got fit,
he was scoring goals.
He got 14 goals, didn't he?
Why are they not in for him, Newcastle? Why do you think they're not?
Maybe salary, or maybe the...
But you're going Cardiff.
Well, I don't know how Cardiff are going to pay salary. Just say he's on 650 grand a week.
He's not going to take that now, is he?
No, maybe Gareth, right? Like you and me. I grew up in Swansea and I wanted to play for Swansea. That was my ambition. Yeah. Maybe Gareth wants to play for Cardiff before he finishes. So inside him, he don't care how much he's getting. I just want to play for my hometown club. Maybe he's got that feeling inside. I don't know. I've not spoke to him.
Yes, but the problem he's got, Cardiff are not a great side. And the players that he's going to be playing with, no disrespect to him, very good players at that level, but... You're talking about a Champions League winner, multiple Champions League. Yeah. He's going to go there. He's going to get frustrated.
He's on a different level.
When the ball's... He's trying to find players and he's seeing things... You know what it's like. If you're not on the same wavelength, you very quickly become frustrated and your performances will dip and then he's going to lose interest.
Well,
He's got a World Cup.
You went and played for Billericay. So your football brain...
That was my level.
You're playing with Modric. You're playing with Modric and people who are on FM.
Yeah.
And then you go and play with players... who don't run when you want them to run. So you can see the pass, the ball's coming into your feet. You go in, just run now and I'll put you in. They don't run. No. So all of a sudden, you kicking the ball, runs out of play for a goal kick. And everybody's going, oh, Ara, you're finished, mate. Yeah. You get the blame. So he does need to play with players who are on the same wavelength as him.
Yeah, we ain't going to do that at Cardiff.
No, and then there's an argument there to say, well, Wales aren't blessed with loads of superstars. He manages to do well for Wales. But I think whoever he plays for, he can score all types of goals, can't he? Free kicks, headers, tap-ins, volleys. He can score all types of goals. So I think Newcastle will be perfect for him. And if he was on the bench at Man City, he'd come on and have an impact. If he was on the bench at Liverpool, he'd have an impact. Man United should be trying to sign him. He's got a good attitude.
Man United?
Well, he's good enough to play. He'd walk in their team.
Would he? Over Sancho?
Yeah. Bale. Talking about like he's a freak of nature. He's not an ordinary player. He's not like an ordinary Premier League player, Gareth Bale.
Come on, Dean.
He's got 5 European Cup winners' medals, or Champions League, or same thing. He's got 5 in the bag. He's got Wales to the Euros on his own. He got Wales to the World Cup on his own. 85% of the goals we've scored since he's been playing for Wales, he's involved or he scored them. 85%.
Right, so, yeah, but the problem is that, say he signs for Man United, right? Keeps himself fit. Wales, World Cup comes, Wales get knocked out early. He's disappearing, he's lost interest.
Well, I've got to say, because he doesn't say a lot. He doesn't say a lot, right? And he's not defending himself sometimes. I think, Gareth, you need to squash that before it gets out of hand. Because he doesn't feel the need to say these things. Like, where's this all coming from, that he's retiring? I've never heard him saying, I'm going to retire. Once. I've not heard him say, I'm going to pack in playing for Wales. Once. I think it's just a rumour that's circulated that he's going to pack in any minute.
You look at the injuries that he's had. You've seen the performances that he's put in. He's been cast aside at Real Madrid. There comes a point where he was almost going to China. So he's coming to the end of his career. It's not like he's, Ibrahimovic or Ronaldo.
He's 32. And he's not the same Ferrari we've seen running off the pitch for Madrid and then running back on the pitch. He's not the same Ferrari for Spurs against Inter Milan when he run the length of the pitch with the ball and outpaced everyone. But he's still quick. He's still got the change of gear. But he's not like ridiculously quick. Because I've stood next to him on the training ground. He's one of them players that he looks like he's flat out. Everyone else does around him. Yeah. But he's got that Thierry Henry, another afterburner. Just when you think you've got him, he changes gear again. So he's not as quick as he was, maybe because he's not playing every week. Maybe he gets injured because he's not playing. You know what it's like. You'd be off injured and then you wouldn't play for a fortnight and you get injured again.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
If you're playing every week, Saturday, Tuesday, your legs get stronger, you don't get injured.
No, I agree with what you're saying.
But he's got scars on his hamstrings, weaknesses that will, when he's tired, they will go. But I've never heard him saying, I'm going to pack in. Not once.
Okay, give us a call, 03717 223344. I want to talk Pogba as well, but let's go to Cornelius, who's a Swansea fan. Cornelius.
Evening, guys. How are we doing?
I'm good, Cornelius.
Good, yeah.
How are you?
How are you?
Very, very good. Great to see Dean on the show, speaking a bit of common sense regarding our greatest football player.
About time he spoke some common sense.
Well,
don't listen to him, Cornelius.
What Gareth Bale does for Wales without hardly paying and the goals that he scores, there's only one player comes to mind over the years that could do similar, and that's George Best. And there's nobody in the England squad at this moment of time a game changer like Gareth Bale.
Why are you talking about England, Cornelius? Why are you talking about England?
Because the talk, the way
stop being bitter.
Bale is listen, please. The way Gareth Bale is talked about by the media, I find it quite distasteful. He's achieved more than any football player abroad ever. And yet there's always negative talk about him. And I really, really think it's distasteful. Gareth Bale is 98% better than any player in the Premier League right now. And it's as simple as that. And when
disagree with that, mate.
And when you're talking about his performance with Spurs, the way Mourinho treated him, I thought was absolutely disgraceful. He never played half the season.
Yeah, but when he put him on in certain games, Cornelius, his performances were nowhere near good.
Yeah, but he weren't fit,
enough.
Jamie.
Hang on, excuse me.
He wasn't fit. It was
still show something.
No, think back to yourself, coming off the bench when you've had a bad back for like 3 months, and you're coming off the bench and you've got 20 minutes to show what you can do. Think about it. When you come on, you think, that's not good to me. I need to play 6 games on the bounce. And he wouldn't start him. Remember he sat on the bench at Marine in the FA Cup? I was thinking, he was at Real Madrid last week. And he sat here. It was frozen, the pitch. And he sat there and he's bringing players on before him. And I was thinking, what are you doing? But it's Jose Mourinho, one of the best managers ever. So he obviously had other thoughts in his head.
Okay, Cornelius, thanks for your call.